Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Mezco Hellboy 2 Hellboy. This particular Hellboy is entitled Red, and he includes his Samaritan and Big Baby shotgun. One of these figures that I just never got around to reviewing. I noticed him in my collection. I thought to myself, you know, I'm kind of feeling really nostalgic, especially because Ron Perlman is so pushing for a Hellboy 3. I thought, you know what? It's prime time. Let's get this guy opened up and have a look at the figure. Now, this would have been from Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. It's actually one of the only few figures I have from Hellboy 2. But I think as it goes for just a tried and true straight Hellboy, it's probably one of the better figures to go with. Spin around the back of the package. The characters from Hellboy 2 consist of Wink, Prince Nuada, Johann Kraus, which I wanted to still get that figure, Liz Sherman, Red, and Abe Sapien. This comes to us from the folks over at Mezco Toys. You can go to www.mezcotoys.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at Hellboy. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hellboy comes with two different accessories, and both accessories actually are quite nice in paint. First thing is the Samaritan, and we'll look at the other one in a second, but actually both of them do open up. We'll take Samaritan and just open it up. And inside, while there's no bullets in there actually, it nice sculpted in there, looking as if there's bullets actually to be removed. But see what I'm talking about? Like details though, right down to the logo that's featured on the handle. It's aged, it's kind of a gunmetal color, and there's a darker wash going on there as well. Nice looking handgun. This particular handgun, by the way, you can either fit into only one of his hands. This one hand, way too big. You obviously know what that's going to be for. It can either fit into this hand, which you really have to kind of twist to get into his hand, or you can also just put away, just kind of move away his trench coat. Samaritan also can fit into his holster. Not an easy task, let me tell you. You can get the gun into his holster. If you can muster up that, get it in there. There we go. It likes to get snagged. Because this is a material, the holster itself, it likes to get caught, a little snag on there where the gun doesn't quite fit into place. You also have to make sure you twist it ever so slightly just to kind of get the, just like that. See what I'm saying? Like just so you can get the trench coat around it. The other thing, the other gun, the much bigger gun, we'll just put Hellboy right there for a second. Stay there. The other gun is the Big Baby. There it is, right down, even on his handle. The Big Baby shotgun. And this also opens up. Again, no removable ammunition inside. Really neat that it still opens up like that. Now this particular one, I guess really you really should, I guess, really fit them both in the one hand. I mean, the one hand's too big. You can kind of cradle it, so to speak, against his hands, against the finger end of his hand. But I guess really both of them are suitable for this one hand here. And again, we'll just kind of force it. I would even say that his fingers, sadly, aren't rubbery, that you can easily just spread the fingers and then get the gun in there. You do have to do a lot of forcing to get the gun actually to sit into his hand, which can be very difficult. Or what you can also do too is, see how it has a strap? Take the strap and you can put it around his shoulder. Just like that. Kind of keep his arm closed so it doesn't fall off per se. Just put that to the side. Now, having a look at the figure is pretty good. I think as a tried and true go-to figure for Hellboy, it's one of the better ones. Now, it has one problem, one thing I don't care for the figure. This one arm opens. This one arm hinges out, rotates at the bicep, has a bend at the elbow, and a swivel in the hand. That's fine. That's good. I like that. This other hand, on the other hand, you see what I did there? This other hand only rotates. It doesn't have a hinge in the elbow. It swivels. It swivels in his wrist area, and it also hinges at his hand. But why, oh why, did he not actually have articulation in the elbow? This one has it. It could theoretically have easily been put in there. I mean, you could have easily put a hinge in there, but for some reason, Mezco only opted to have it on the one side, which is really a shame because his arm, especially his arm down, that's when it starts looking a little wonky. When you have the arm up, it's good, but you know, unless he's holding something or unless he's out to strangle somebody, then it does look a little out of place, just a little bit. His face is good. He's kind of yelling, or he's angry at something. He's got the ponytail going on in the back there. His trench coat is a soft goods plastic, so it has a little bit of give though to it. I guess another thing that I find with the figure, the figure seems short, or it seems stumpy, if that makes any sense. I feel like it should be just a little bit taller, but it has more of a stockiness to the build of the figure than what I was expecting, really. Paint's good. I think the paint's good on his trench coat. The trench coat has enough give to it that it doesn't feel restricted. You could, I guess, theoretically take it off, but you know the problem is the arms. The arms are solid plastic, so it's going to look like he's still got arms from the trench coat, even though, again, you could take this right off. Inside, you do see like he's got the hinge in the shoulders that you can move this arm, but like he doesn't have a hinge in the elbow. Like that's just kind of a shame, kind of a big of a shame. In the way of his articulation, Hellboy's head is on a ball joint. That's nice, at least, that you can hinge the head back and forth, up and down. Shoulders, one shoulder hinges out. Actually, both shoulders hinge out. As mentioned, no articulation in the elbow here. His hand does rotate, which also looks like it's on a ball joint. He has the upper torso ball joint as well. Legs hinge out as well. Looks like there's a ball joint in the leg. Swivel at the top of the thigh. Single bend at the knee. And finally, he's got a hinge foot. Let's not also forget his tail. Move the jacket up there. His tail is actually, there's a ball joint or a single swivel in the tail. He's got a swivel in the midsection right there on the tail, and a secondary swivel right here. The thing is, though, you'd have to have it in a way that it's not in the way of the jacket. Like you'd have to kind of move the tail out of the way. I mean, to move it up too high, you start disrupting the flow of the jacket. So you kind of have to only have it down. But that's okay. I like the figure. Now, the problem is it's an older figure, so I mean, it doesn't have as much. It has good articulation, but it doesn't have as much as, say, the newer stuff that's out today. Mezco, I find, when they do release stuff, when they do cover lines, except really for like the new Mortal Kombat stuff, and I'm still super impressed with the line of Mortal Kombat figures, but like when it comes to like Breaking Bad figures, very limited in articulation, maybe a bend in the elbow, usually like staction for most of the body. So I think for that reason, Hellboy's good that at least he has more articulation. I kind of feel like I'm a little bothered by the fact he doesn't have the bend here, but it's something that at least can be still livable. And maybe if we do eventually, fingers crossed, eventually get a Hellboy 3, we'll get better. Like, I don't feel like it's a great likeness of Ron Perlman, at least of Hellboy, the way he looked as Hellboy. So maybe like a Hellboy 3, we can get ourselves a little bit more movie accurate figures. If Hellboy 3, dare I say, does not ever come to be, I think this is one of the better Hellboy figures to pick up. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Mezco Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. We're having a look today at Red. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.